Oh, wow. Okay. I need you to stop scrolling right now because Spirit just dropped something in my lap that I was not prepared for when I sat down to do this reading. Like, I genuinely had to take a breath before I pressed record because what is coming through for Virgo right now is the kind of thing that makes you put your cards down and just sit with the energy for a moment before you even try to translate it into words. Whoever this is for, and I feel like you already know this is for you, the moment you clicked on this video, Spirit has been trying to get this message to you, and today is the day it comes through. All of it. No more holding back. A secret is coming out. And honey, when I tell you that what is about to be revealed is going to leave you absolutely speechless, I mean that in the most specific, most literal, most this is not a generic tarot statement way possible. Let us get into it. Okay, so as I'm shuffling these cards and just sitting with Virgo energy right now, I'm immediately getting this heavy, almost pressurized feeling. You know that feeling when you've been underwater and you're pushing up toward the surface, and there's this moment right before you break through where the pressure is at its maximum? That's what I'm feeling in this energy right now. Something has been submerged, pushed down, kept beneath the surface through deliberate effort, through someone's sustained and intentional choice to keep it there. And it is done being submerged. The first card that is coming through in this energy, and oh wow, this is very interesting. The energy of this card is all about truth that has been sealed away, hidden, locked inside someone who believed with complete confidence that what they were hiding would stay hidden, that the walls they had built around this secret were solid enough to last indefinitely. Spirit is showing me those walls right now, and Spirit is also showing me the cracks. I'm getting a very specific person in this reading, very specific, and I want to describe their energy because some of you are going to feel this in your chest the moment I start talking about them. This is someone who has been performing, and when I say performing, I don't mean in a theatrical, obvious way. I mean in that subtle, sophisticated, careful way that certain people have of presenting one version of themselves to the world while an entirely different reality exists underneath. The kind of performance that takes effort to maintain, that requires constant awareness of what you have said to whom. That produces, over time, a specific kind of exhaustion that this person has been carrying, and that is part of what is causing this to break open now. I'm hearing the word exhausted very clearly right now. This person is exhausted from the maintenance of what they have been hiding, from keeping track of the version of reality they have been presenting versus the actual reality, from the specific wearing, relentless work of keeping a secret that has grown larger than the container they have been trying to keep it in. And Spirits is showing me that exhaustion reaching its limit, like a dam that has been holding more water than it was designed to hold. The structural integrity is compromised and the breakthrough is imminent. Oh, oh, okay. Spirit is being very direct right now. Let me just receive this for a second. What I'm being shown is that this secret involves you in a way that is more direct than you might be expecting. This is not a secret that exists in some peripheral area of your life, in the margins, involving people who don't really matter to your story. This is something that lives right in the center of something that matters to you, that involves someone you know, someone whose actions and choices have had real impact on your experience. The energy of the cards right now is giving me betrayal of information, something that was told in confidence, shared in a private moment, in a space where you believed you were safe that was then taken somewhere it was never supposed to go, talked about, used in ways that the original context of sharing it would never have authorized. And somebody knows about this. Not the person who did it, somebody else. A witness, in a sense. Someone who has been holding the knowledge of what happened with your information and who has reached their own limit with carrying that knowledge in silence. That limit is being reached right now. Hold on, because I'm getting something even more specific. Spirit is really downloading this fast. There is a conversation that has already happened, past tense, already in the books, that you were not part of, but that is now making its way through the chain of people connected to this situation and is approaching the point where it reaches you. I'm seeing a telephone situation, not a literal telephone necessarily, but that energy of information passing from one person to the next, gathering momentum as it moves, picking up additional details and confirmations as it travels until it arrives at its destination. You are the destination, and what is traveling toward you right now, moving through its final stages of this chain of people, is the full truth of something that has been deliberately kept from you, not just the partial truth, not the sanitized, more comfortable version that someone might have tried to offer previously. The full thing, complete, with all the details that make it undeniable. I want to speak to what this secret actually contains because Spirit is being specific here, and I want to honor that specificity. For many of you watching this, this is about something that was said about you. Words spoken in your absence, in a space where someone believed they were safe to say them, that misrepresented who you are in a way that has had consequences you may or may not have been fully aware of. The ripple effects of these words have been moving through your life in ways that perhaps you have felt but not been able to fully explain why certain things shifted, why certain energies around you changed in ways that did not match what was happening on the surface. The source of those ripples is what is being revealed. For others, this secret involves something that someone has been doing, actions, not just words. A behavior pattern that has been carefully kept out of your direct line of sight, but that multiple people around you have been aware of. The secret here is not just what was said about you, but what was actively done, and the doing has been more extensive than you are currently aware. And for some of you, this secret is of a completely different nature. It involves feelings, real, significant, long-held feelings that someone has been concealing, not from malice, but from fear. The revelation here is not a betrayal, but a disclosure. Something that someone has been carrying about how they feel toward you, about what you mean to them, that is now reaching the point where it cannot be contained in silence any longer. Does this feel like it is landing somewhere specific for you right now, Virgo? Is there a situation that just came into sharp focus as you've been listening? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one, and I genuinely want to know what Spirit is confirming for you through this reading. Okay, I need to talk about the reaction, because Spirit is showing me something about how you respond when this comes out, and I think it is one of the most important pieces of this entire reading. When this secret reaches you, whenever that happens, however it happens, there is going to be a moment of complete stillness. Not the stunned, overwhelming kind of stillness that belongs to bad news, but that very specific stillness that happens when something you have been sensing for a long time without having confirmation is suddenly, fully, undeniably confirmed. I'm getting the word validation so strongly right now. This revelation is going to validate something in you. A perception, an instinct, a sense of something being off that you have perhaps been second guessing because the people around you were not confirming what you were feeling. The revelation is going to show you that you were not wrong, that your perception was accurate, that the thing you were sensing was real, even when the evidence available to you on the surface was not sufficient to confirm it. Your intuition has been right about this whole time. Spirit is also showing me something about the person who has been keeping this secret. And I want to address their energy because I think understanding them adds an important dimension to this reading. This is not a comfortable person right now. I'm feeling a lot of anxiety in their energy. A lot of the specific kind of restlessness that belongs to someone who knows that something they have been containing is about to get out and who is running out of ways to stop it. They have been making moves, trying to get ahead of the revelation, trying to shape the narrative in advance of the truth arriving so that when it does arrive, it lands in a context they have some control over. Those moves are not working, and they can feel that they are not working, which is adding to the anxiety exponentially. Spirit is showing me that the more they push to contain this, the more pressure they create in the exact direction of the release, like trying to hold a beach ball underwater. The effort required increases the closer it gets to breaking the surface, and at some point the force of the release is directly proportional to the effort of the containment. The release is going to be significant. Inhale with me for a second, Virgo, because I want to speak to something that I feel needs to be said with care before we continue. When this secret comes out, and it is coming out, you are going to be processing multiple things simultaneously. The content of the revelation itself, your feelings about whoever is involved, possibly some grief for the version of a person or a situation that you believed you were dealing with versus the reality that is being revealed, possibly some anger, possibly some relief, which might feel strange to feel in response to difficult information, but which is the natural response of someone whose intuition has been vindicated. Give yourself room for all of it. Do not rush to have a reaction that is clean and appropriate and understandable to the people around you. Do not skip past any of the feelings in favor of getting to the part where you have processed everything and are moving forward gracefully. Feel it in the order and at the pace that it arrives, and know that whatever comes up is valid because it is yours and it is real. I want to speak now to what happens after the speechlessness, because this reading promises that you will be left speechless. And I think it is important to look beyond that moment to what it opens. The revelation of a secret, when it is real and complete, is a restructuring event. It reorganizes your understanding of something that has been part of your recent experience. It creates a before and an after. And the after is different not just because you have new information, but because the way you see certain people, certain situations, certain dynamics in your life has shifted permanently. You cannot unknow what you are about to know. And the unknowing is not something you should want. Even though the knowing might be uncomfortable in its initial landing, the having of it is better than the not having of it, better than continuing to navigate a situation in which you did not have the full picture, better than making decisions based on an incomplete or distorted version of reality. The truth gives you ground to stand on, solid ground, the kind that does not shift underneath you because it is built from what is actually real rather than from what someone wanted you to believe was real. Oh, Spirit is giving me one more thing, and I don't want to skip past it because I feel like for some of you this might be the most significant piece of the whole reading. Someone is going to come to you directly, not as part of the chain of information that has been traveling towards you through other people, someone who has made a personal decision to be the one who tells you, who has decided that you deserve to hear this from someone who actually cares about you rather than from the rumor mill or from careless disclosure through a third party. This person has been wrestling with this decision. The wrestling has been real, and it has not been easy, because coming to you means exposing themselves to a certain degree. It means acknowledging that they had this information and did not immediately bring it to you. And that acknowledgement carries its own vulnerability. But they have made the decision. The wrestling is over. And they are moving toward you with the specific, purposeful energy of someone who has decided that doing the right thing matters more than their own comfort in doing it. When they come, receive them with some grace. The gift they are bringing, even wrapped in the discomfort of what it contains, is the gift of someone caring enough about your access to the truth to take a personal risk to make sure you have it. That kind of caring is rare, and it is headed your way. As I bring this reading toward its close, I want to leave you with what I feel is the heart of everything that came through today. Secrets that are kept at your expense do not serve you. They never did. They serve the people keeping them, serve the people who benefited from your not knowing, serve the dynamics that could only exist in the absence of full information, but they have never served you. And the universe, which has a remarkable patience for allowing things to develop in their own time, but an equally remarkable commitment to truth eventually surfacing, has been working on this quietly. Through the natural process of secrets becoming too heavy for their containers, of people reaching their limits withholding what does not belong to them, of the cracks in the walls becoming too numerous to patch, the work is done. The walls are coming down, and what is going to be revealed when they fall is going to give you something that the secret, in all the time it was being kept, could never give you. Clarity. Complete, solid, standing on real ground clarity about something that has been part of your life. And from that clarity, the ability to make whatever decisions, set whatever boundaries, extend or withdraw whatever trust is most aligned with the truth of your situation and the truth of who you are. You are about to be speechless, Virgo, but only for a moment. After that, you are going to be clear. And clarity for someone with your specific gifts and your specific standard of how you want to live your life is one of the most powerful things you can have. If this reading landed somewhere real for you today, please share it with a Virgo who needs to hear this and leave me a comment below. Tell me what you are feeling right now. Tell me if something specific came to mind as you were listening. Tell me if your intuition is already telling you what the secret is. I read every single word, every comment, every story. You matter here. Until next time, Virgo. The truth is already moving toward you. It does not need your help. It does not need you to chase it or force it or demand it. It just needs you to be ready to receive it. And after everything you have been through, you are more than ready.